What are you feeling during that Talking Smack segment when The Miz is saying those things to you, some of which you may perceive to be true in that moment?
Oh, so this is I've said it before, but nobody picks up on it. It's fine. So he was very frustrated. He was the Intercontinental Champion. I was very frustrated. I was GM and I was trying to get cleared and they weren't clearing me. And I wanted my release. If they weren't going to clear me, I wanted my release to go work for it. New Japan was super hot at the time. Like, oh boy, the stuff I could do there. So we came up with the idea of we were just going to, and we didn't talk to anybody about it. It was just me and him. And we had talked about, hey, is it okay if I say this? Hey, is it okay if I say that? Like, yeah, let's do it. And then at the end, I was going to punch him, like legit punch him. Not as hard as I could, but hard enough to where it's like, okay, that's a real punch. These guys are unhappy with each other. Thinking either, okay, this is going to force their hand a little bit. This is either they see it and it's great and oh my gosh, Brian, or they're going to be like, we can't have people punching each other at work. Brian, you're fired. Which wouldn't be, it would have been at that point the third time. So I'm fine. But Miz was so great. I thought, and I just had this realization while he was doing his thing. I was like, I should just walk off, let him have, you have these things. I regularly call them delusions. I regularly have these delusions of things that I think I should do, right? And while he was just going off, he was just on fire. And I was like, his frustration at the time was they were not doing anything with him as an Intercontinental Champion. And he works really, really hard.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is me just trying to come back to wrestling.
Did Renee know?
What's that? No. Neither did Maurice. And so nobody knew. And so then it was just kind of a momentary decision in the moment. The right thing to do, instead of taking his heat away and punching him, felt like to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And because nobody knew, even though me and Miz afterwards were like, that was great. And you could see the like relief on Maurice's face as far as like, but so I had to go to, I think I did something at NXT the next day and everybody was looking at me weird, like, oh, I can't believe Brian just walked away and like didn't, whatever it was. It was kind of weird. And I was like, oh, dude, none of these people know that. Oh, okay, whatever. I'm not worried about what other people think.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but yeah, that was to me, that's one of the things that I've always aspired to do in wrestling is create these situations where people get invested because, part of wrestling is getting invested because we create a good story and everybody knows it's a story and it's a great story that we've created. But part of me yearns for this imaginary time period where people thought wrestling was real. Now, when did anybody ever think that? I don't know, right? There's, people will say, people used to think it was real. I was like, did they? I don't know. People have been hitting the ropes since, whenever. And certainly that's very cartoonish. And, but I've always had this kind of yearning to get people to believe what they see, right? In a world in the wrestling world, where it becomes just entertainment, right? Like, oh, what we saw there for a second, for however long, that's real. And I feel like there's connection there. You know what I mean? Like there's connective tissue to there, and then there's real emotion. And it's, so yeah, that's, I had always kind of held out hope. I always say in interviews that, me and Miz don't like each other or whatever it is, and it's just like, but I think I can drop the act and say I like him because it's like, I always thought like, oh, maybe we'll do a Butlins run or whatever, whatever it is, right? Sometime, created this story that's lasted since the time I started with WWE, since 2010. It's like this, you brought it up, okay? Yeah. This thing, and you guys have this antagonism, and we were always working together, and we're very different personalities, so you can buy it.
Well, it was cool to hate on Miz for so long.
Yeah.
And I feel like over maybe only the last year or two, people start to appreciate.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Okay.
He's getting his flowers now.
Oh, yeah.
Finally.
Good for him. Yeah. Good for him. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like this appreciation of like,
hey, this guy works really hard.
Really hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's good.